Okay, so my tea, this is what it says on the label. This is probably the world's best chocolate tea. Honestly, better than dessert, more reliable than sex. So, my friend gave me this tea for my birthday and it's amazing. But we were talking about training and what we talk about in training. And one thing you should think about is your impression of a flight attendant. When you think about a flight attendant, what do you imagine them doing and what do you imagine them knowing? And I think most people imagine flight attendants being, bubbly people who are really wicked good at bringing crappy food to you. And I just have to say that flight attendants, those ladies wear a lot of hats. And there's men too. There's men who flight attend too. But I'm going to say ladies or she in general because that's easier. But those ladies, they wear a lot of hats. Okay? They know how to firefight. They know how to perform first aid. They know how to get you out of a hijacking situation, but handle a bomb threat situation. They know how to evacuate the plane in under 90 seconds. They also know how to do customer service, but they are super knowledgeable. You have to be a smart panda and a friendly panda to be a flight attendant, and we are learning to do all of those things, and it is, I'm telling you, it's really hard. So if you are considering flight attending, keep in mind that I don't know, it's not just about being nice to people and giving them food. You really have to be interested in learning about other topics. So that all said, I love it. I think it's amazing. Like, I know how to operate a fire extinguisher. I know how to use most of the equipment on board. I can open, the windows on the plane. I know how to open that, and it's really easy. And the doors, I know how to open the doors. So yeah, it's really cool to actually know how to use the plane and understand what's going on inside. It's really exciting. If you're a travel nerd like me, it's really exciting to know how travel nerd things work. So that's training. We have class 5 days a week, about 8 hours a day. We start at 9 a.m. and go until 5, but we have had days that have gone till 7, and we've had days like today where we got out at 2:30, which is the only reason why I'm making this video, because when I get home, I come home, I eat, I clean a little bit, I hang out with Joe. Joe's my husband, and we just play like Nintendo Wii or watch an hour-long show, like episode of Survivor or Food Network or something, and then I go to bed. And here's something interesting about flight attendant training. So, firstly, fun thing about me, I go to bed at like between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. all the time, and I've been going to bed late like my whole life. But I am so exhausted from flight attendant training that last night I went to bed at 9 p.m. Like, I haven't gone to bed at 9 p.m. unless I am jet lagged, or maybe since I was about 8 years old. So, it's intense. And that's kind of how training is. If you have any other questions, I would love to answer any questions. But basically, it's extremely interesting, but it's really demanding. Oh, and I should also mention about training. Next week, I get to learn how to fight a real fire. They're going to actually have a real fire in this big metal truck thing that they'll shake, or they might have people simulating grabbing your oxygen mask, and you have to fight a real fire while this is going on. And they create all these different test situations, like it could be an overhead bin fire, it could be a lavatory fire, it could be a galley fire, and you have to respond accordingly and follow the procedures. So that's going to be really fun. I also get to learn first aid, which is useful, but I am really bad with blood and needles and medical stuff, so I'm gonna have to suck it up and learn this stuff. So that's the way that goes. We're gonna jump in a pool next week, and you have to jump in the pool, put on a life jacket, and tread water. So that'll be really interesting. And what else? They are gonna have us jump out of the plane slide. If you don't know, the doors in the plane have a slide. So like when you're normally getting on off a plane, there's no slide. You just walk on the plane, off the bridge, and you come into the aircraft. And when you leave, you walk out of the aircraft onto the bridge or downstairs, and that's how you use it. But the doors in an emergency situation have a slide, and we're going to jump down that slide, and it's going to be really cool. So those are some of the really fun things I'm looking forward to next week. The first 2.5 weeks have all been 3 weeks. The first 3 weeks have all been theory-based, academically demanding, interesting but difficult stuff. And the last 2 or 3 weeks are all going to be customer service training, first aid, firefighting, all that jazz. So that's how training is. And I will update as there are questions. So take care. Bye.